Hello and welcome to my Varga deck profile. I'll be showcasing the deck list that I use for my channel, and I may honestly sell this deck because it's getting kind of boring. Anyways, I run Blue OT because Blue OT is just good, and who could resist 100 mil, 2 crit, swing 3 times thanks to Divine Skill. It's just really good. 4 heals, pretty standard, 8 crits, and 3 fronts. The reason I run fronts here is because I think the deck has enough draw power and shield is always welcome. Next for great ones, I run 4 mid hats. These guys, when something restands, I can kill itself and draw one. So when Varga restands, I can kill this and draw one. I run 3 Impale Horn Dragon. These things are made to boost the Vanguard. Your Vanguard has no power. It's just a 23k beat stick without Persona Right, and it's really bad. With these, however, you can make it a 38 because these are 15k boosters for Varga. Plus 5 your Vanguard's Varga, and second skill when it boosts Varga plus 2k. It's just a 15k booster for Varga, and you get its drop out as well. So plus 1 kill itself, draw 1. Alright, I also run 3 PGs and 1 Almantaria. Almantaria is needed nowadays because of Shenri and Luard. Pretty standard stuff. It's just a free PG when you... Free PG if opponent has triple drive, which is really useful. 2 of these CCs, there's honestly not any good options right now. These need the Vanguard to hit and retire itself to draw 1 and CC. So you want to call these to the back row usually, because, well, if these die from Varga, it can't really CC, kinda. So yeah, they just sit in the back row, giving a Vanguard an on-hit pressure. 3 of these, when it attacks plus 5k, then battle, it kills itself and draw 1. These are just a 15k beat stick, and also draw power, cause draw power is always welcome. Now, the deck has a lot of retiring stuff, so like self-retiring. So you might be wondering where like our field comes from. So it comes from stuff like Shura, where you energy blast 2 plus 5k and choose one of my rear guards, and I can bounce it back to hand after it dies. So stuff like this fucking great too. This great one, mid hat, yeah, all those can be bounced back to hand thanks to Shura. She's honestly the main piece of the deck. Second skill, when it's retired by Varga, you can counterblast 1 and call it back out for 10k, plus 10k. So it's a 20k beat stick. You barely use the second skill. You mostly use it for the first skill, honestly. But the second skill is always welcome for multi-attack. I run only 4, what do you call, cyclers for hot. Drop power is always welcome, and you know, second skill lets you call out great ones. So for say you didn't manage to bounce, or you didn't get Shura, and you want to get this guy back in hand, back on field, because you know Varga is kind of useless without it. It's just a 23k, like I said. You can call it back out and you know do your stuff on Persona Right, which you will Persona Right. I'll explain why later. I run 2 defensing rows. These things, anything on guarding circle, you can bounce it back to hand. So cyclers, you can bounce that shit back to hand and energy blast and draw again, so on and so forth. Other stuff like anchors, you can't bounce sentinels though, so it's a bit of a shame, but you can bounce triggers back to hand. So yeah, I run 3 Vargas, obviously, because Persona Right is really needed in this deck. Varga has no power by himself without Persona Right. And 1 cup because Persona Right is really that much needed. You don't need to run Angel Ladder because half of your stuff dies anyways, so yeah. I run 4 of these dragons. Now this is a bit debatable. People run 3 or 2, but I think 4 is enough for me. Reason being, it's a 23k beat stick, it can boost, and it cannot be retired by Varga, so your field will look something like this half the time. Like this is your front row, and you can always swing Shura, Vanguard, then kill Shura, then CB1 call her back out, and swing Vanguard again. And then Vanguard will have the front, and then if you pull front, you know, these two will get plus 10. The right line is pretty self-explanatory. When I write the grade 2, call it back, call it out, soul charge 1. Same thing as this, you call it out as if you don't soul charge this time. And yeah, that's the whole deck. Varga skill himself, CB1, plus 10k, kill both opponents and your rear guards, front row rear guards, and restand it at the end of the battle, minus 2 drives. Second skill, divine skill, and you have the battle attacks 2 times, CB1, and restand it, and plus 2 drives. So it's yeah. But your opponent must be at 4 damage, or they must be a grade 3. And they must be a grade 3. The divine. That's the only downside, so you can't like abuse it immediately on turn 3 every time, and then run into a new Vanguard. That'll be really fucking broken. Yeah, that's the whole deck actually. If you have any questions, you can type in the comments below. But yeah, other than that, yeah, this is the deck. Varga. Normal.